welcome in to another episode of Midwest Mike's special Friday afternoon episode, live here on Amazon, Roku devices, Facebook, Twitter, anywhere that you can find us, uclicktv.com as well. So special guest today is Liz Sowers. She is the quarterback for the upcoming season of the Kansas City Glory. Played quarterback this last year for the first time, and we'll kind of talk more about what she's done here in a few minutes. But this past season, she played quarterback for the Kansas City Titans, and it's one of the lost episodes of Midwest Mike's that we did way back when in the fall, and missed that. And but thanks for coming back out and doing another show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's awesome. We like I said, we covered the the Titans last year, and you're born and raised in Heston, Kansas. Played basketball your life. Your dad coached women's college basketball. You played Division I NCAA basketball at Oakland, and then after basketball, you found women's football. Played in 2009 for the Michigan Mayhem in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Then moved to Kansas City and joined the Tribe. Played for the USA tackle women's football team, won a gold medal in 2013. Played professional rugby. You were the first ever crossover athlete to sign a contract for Sevens Rugby. Played rugby and lived in California for a year, moved back to Kansas City. Continued playing football. Played on the USA team again in 17. Won the gold, and also played for the USA flag football team and brought home the first ever gold medal this past year in Panama. Played receiver your entire career, and then started quarterback about a year ago.
Yep, that's right. It's been a crazy ride, especially listening to all that. It feels like it's gone so fast, but at the same time, it's almost felt like a lifetime of experience that I've been able to have throughout my time with football.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. Playing Division I basketball, obviously that being a great athlete, and then converting that over and finding kind of the women's tackle football league.
Yeah, I think that basketball is actually a really great crossover to football, and I think even the NFL is finding that out in a lot of great NFL athletes that are coming from a basketball background, so it just really translates well over into the game of football.
Yeah, and some people may have been looking for your sister. One thing that kind of cracked me up was on your Instagram, it says the quarterback, not the coach.
Right.
So some of our fans out there, may have recently seen the new commercial with your sister, and we're going to bring in a teammate that played with you guys way back when, who's now the sports director at KCTV5, Danny Welniak. Welcome to the show.
Hey guys, thank you so much. It's a blessing and an honor to be able to be mentioned in the same breath as the Sowers sisters is just amazing. And so thank you for having me on the show. I'm glad I can do my part to boast about both of them, because we have had a lot of fun playing together and just being able to be friends over the last few decades.
We're so old.
I know. Don't rub it in.
No, you guys are not old. But why don't you guys just kind of talk about your relationship and how you met and how football kind of brought you together?
Yeah, so we met. Danny played for Dallas, and we played for Kansas City. We played on all-star teams together. Danny is an amazing player, and I'm trying to get her to play for the Kansas City Glory.
Come on, Danny.
I'm begging.
I know, she's
begging
trying
forever.
so hard, and I want to so bad. But there's this thing that's called being a sports director that takes up all evenings and all weekends, so I don't get even a break from it to train the way that I would want. And I just wouldn't be doing you justice.
No, we can make it work.
If I joined your team.
If we got Neil Jones to be a cheerleader, would you do it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Tell Neil I said I'm offering his services up.
I think that sounds great. I think he'll definitely take you up on that, though, which is kind of scary. But no, our story is so much fun, and the fact that both Liz and Katie are two of the most brilliant offensive minds that I've ever come into contact with. And I'm around a lot of coaches. Those two are around a lot of coaches as well. And they are phenomenal athletes on top of it. Liz is one of the most fundamentally sound quarterbacks that I have come into contact with. And just the dedication and hard work that she puts into something that inspires me every day to be not only good as back then as a football player, but now even in my career and my profession is something that has stuck with me. And I hope that someday I can be as driven and determined and inspiring as the two of them have been. And I just cherish our friendship every single day because of what I've learned from them and what I continue to learn from both of them.
Thank you, Danny.
Let me ask this one quick question because it's bugging me. One, is it knowing that one of your former teammates, one of your mates, one of your friends is coaching for 49ers, it probably has to make it a little difficult, doesn't it? For both of you.
I would definitely say yes, for sure. I would definitely not be sad either way, because if the 49ers win, then Katie gets to get a Super Bowl ring and gets to be the first woman who is a coach with a Super Bowl ring. So in my opinion, that's a win-win situation, because if obviously the Chiefs win, this city goes crazy and it's a whole lot of fun. And I've seen them from the beginning of their almost resurrection, you could say, whenever Andy Reid came in, and I was here to be able to cover that and then see the Patrick Mahomes transformation. Everything this organization has gone through, to see it win a Super Bowl would be really, really cool. So for me, it's a win-win situation, and the good news is that I get to wear red and gold either way, so I can root for either team.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think here in Kansas City, when people have been kind of asking me, who are you going to root for? And I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan, so deep down, I really can't root for the 49ers. But at the same time, I mean, I kind of have this connection, through covering the women's football team a little bit last year, and I want Katie to get her ring, just because of how great Liz has been, with our show and everything. So I kind of feel the same way you do. I'm going to be happy either way.
For me, I'm not going to be happy either way.
Well, yeah,
I do get asked who I'm cheering for. And it's an easy 49ers answer. Mm-hmm. I am a Chiefs fan. I think you can probably look at my Instagram and see last year, I was at the Chiefs game, at their last game. My niece and nephews sing every single word to the Patrick Mahomes parody, Take Me Home, Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I know my sister, I know the coaching staff. It goes a little deeper than just the game. Mm-hmm. And to see them succeed would be the ultimate gift, I think, that we could possibly witness. Yeah,
and I mean, the amount of work that, not only your sister but the rest of that coaching staff are putting in, to go from where they were last year. We were talking a little bit about that, which they had some injuries. But, I mean, to go last year coaching in the Senior Bowl, which typically, some of the teams that finish closer to the bottom of the league do that. And then this year to be coaching in the Super Bowl, right. I mean, the amount of work they put in to make that happen is just tremendous.
Yep, yeah. The two coaching staffs with the highest draft pick coaching that Senior Bowl. So from Mobile to Miami.
Yeah.
What got the three of you ladies interested in football? I mean, you look like you could be on runway models too. So, I mean, maybe you did both, maybe not. I don't know. I've covered a lot of Princess of America pageants in my time, and it's interesting to see what paths young ladies go down. And, and there's we're into basketball, we're bruised up during prom and all that stuff, and then, then they put the pretty dress on and go have fun. I have two girls at home, but kind of interesting because it's growing, but it hasn't got there yet.
I mean, I fell in love with football since, I can remember playing in the backyard when we were really young. I had a Denver Broncos outfit on. Katie had a Dallas Cowboys outfit on. And then our neighborhood best friend had a Chiefs outfit. So we all had our own teams, and we were just playing. I don't know why we loved it. Our cousins loved football, but it was just always a natural thing.
Danny?
Yeah, for me, it goes back since I was, yay, hi. My biological dad was a linebacker for the University of Nebraska, and he was a captain. So I think I started getting a passion for football from that aspect because he was so intelligent and would talk about football all the time when we were kids. Then as I got a little bit older, we moved to Dallas, and when I was about 10 years old, of course, we were enveloped with all of the blue and silver and everything that is Dallas Cowboys Nation down there. So that was kind of the era in which they won their last Super Bowl. So everyone in Texas was all about it. And just watching them. And then as I got a little bit older in high school, I was able to get involved with some autograph sessions and get to know some of the players on the Cowboys, and just how much they loved football and how much they talked about it with me made me fall in love with the sport. So when I found out that there was a women's professional football team in Dallas, one of my friend's cousins actually asked, hey, if you don't have a scholarship to play softball somewhere, you should try and come play with us with the Dallas Diamonds. And so at first my reaction is like, in Texas, women don't play football. Like, they're a kicker or they're cheerleaders. You don't have actual athletes on the field because it's a religion down there. So I ended up going out to one of the tryouts and one of the practices, and I just absolutely fell in love with it and decided that that was the avenue that I wanted to pursue for the rest of my life. And we had reporters come out all the time and talk about how much they loved it. And so I just wanted to be around football forever. And so I have lots of little itty bitty stories that made me fall in love with football, but ultimately getting the opportunity to play it and to learn more about it made me fall in love with it so much so that I wanted to do it for the rest of my life.
Well, my last thing I want to say here, I know you got to go, Danny, but you, I guess, were the reason that you put Gary and Austin in their play-by-play call of the ladies on Channel 5, or it was on, what channel was it on? Wasn't on 5. You guys replayed the games, right?
Yes. It was KSMO.
And it was you that got that done, right?
Yeah, of course.
Congratulations,
because
great job.
I just think that women's football needs to be more well known around the country, and I know that you're fighting an uphill battle because, like you mentioned, there's a lot of the preconceived notions that, you know, women should be cheerleaders or they should be pageant people, but that's not true. And I think that women like Liz and myself and even Katie are defying the odds, and we're going out there and showing that little girls can do whatever they want. They don't have to be sequestered into just this line of thinking. If they love football, get out there and be a coach. Play football. Do what you want to do and do what you're passionate about. And so I think that any opportunity that I have to get out there and try to use my platform like Liz has done to make this sport a little bit bigger so that other women have that opportunity, I think it's so important.
Did you say any way that you can get out there? Like playing?
You're trying so hard, and this is why we're friends.
We're getting we're getting you a contract, Danny.
I will
hey,
say
you know
this.
I will be Liz's little Edelman forever.
Yes.
See, there you go. And, you know, I mean, we really enjoyed covering it last year, and I mean, it was amazing to watch kind of, you know, from the first game to the last game, Liz's transformation. I mean, each week the thing that me and my buddy Austin would talk about is, you know, how she was pretty much the best athlete on the field every week. And we're like,
undoubtedly.
They got to figure out a way to keep the ball in her hands more, you know, some more RPOs and stuff like that on offense. But, you know, hey, if you were out there at receiver, maybe that would help her a little bit.
You know what? I'll toot my own horn a little bit. I think it may help just because we have that connection like Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes have. Like,
yeah.
I could run any route out there. She'd know exactly where I was.
Yep.
See, there you go. And, I mean, I'm sure, you know, once the season gets going, it'll be something we'll talk about, you know, right here on our show each week. We enjoy talking about it. And, I mean, a lot of people, when I told them we were going to be covering women's football, they're like, what, Kansas City has a team? I mean, people didn't even know. And, you know, I mean, we were thankful for the opportunity, and I mean, it was a ton of fun. And, you know, we probably were not the best commentators as doing it for the first time there.